Hello guys, welcome back to the new videos of CodingPie. In this video I am going to show you that how you can build machine learning web application that predict price of the house. And in this video I will also show you that how you can apply multiple machine learning algorithm on top of dataset. So without wasting time, let's get started. So first thing first, what you need to do, just install all the required library which is necessary for this project, which is pandas, numpy, scikit-learn and gradio. And as you can see, in my case it is already installed, so it says requirement already satisfied. Now quickly come to the next step where I import all the required libraries. Now here as you can see, I used to import numpy as np for mathematical computation, pandas as pd for data ingestion as well as manipulation, gradio as gr for creating stylish and attractive user interface. Now from Scikit-Learn.dataset I used to import California housing dataset. From Scikit-Learn.model_selection I used to import train_test_split, which is useful function to prevent data from leakage. Next I used to import all the necessary machine learning algorithm which is to be performed on top of dataset, which includes random forest regressor, linear regression, support vector regressor. Also from Scikit-Learn.preprocessing I used to import standard scaler. And if we talk about standard scaler, is a tool used in machine learning to adjust our data so that each feature column has an average of 0 and standard deviation of 1. Now at last from Scikit-Learn.matrix I used to import R2 score. So R2 score is a matrix used to evaluate our model. How will a regression model fits the data? Now after running the code, quickly move on to the next step, which is load and prepare the data. Now here as you can see, I used to call fetch_California_housing class. With the usage of this class, I used to load the California housing dataset and store it to the California variable. Next I used to filter out target variable as well as feature variable from the dataset. So California.data gives feature columns and which is to be stored in X variable. Then California.target gives the target column and which is to be stored in Y variable. Next I need to split dataset into training dataset and testing dataset. Training dataset is used to train our model, while testing dataset is used for validation purpose. So for this I used to call a function called train_test_split, where I used to pass my feature variable as well as target variable. I will also make sure that test size should be 20% and random_state would be 42, and in your case it might be any number, and quickly store it to their corresponding variable x_train, x_test, y_train, y_test. At last I used to do feature scaling on top of dataset. For this I used to call a standard scaler class and store it to the scalar variable. Next in scalar.fit_transform I used to pass x_train variable, and this is going to be stored in x_train_scaled variable. Now in scalar.transform I used to pass x_test, which is to be stored in x_test_scaled variable. Here one thing you will notice that I used scalar.fit_transform on top of train data and scalar.transform on top of test data. Why? Because the previous one is going to be used to train our model, and model requires consistent data for learning. So fit_transform computes the mean and standard deviation from training dataset and scale it accordingly. Now quickly move on to the next step, where I used to apply multiple machine learning algorithm on top of dataset. So here as you can see, I used to define a variables called models, and inside the dictionary I used to call all the machine learning algorithms, which include linear regression. And if we talk about it, it is a simple machine learning algorithm used for predicting continuous target variable. Basically it will find best fitting straight line that minimize the difference between the actual value and predicted value. Next is random forest regressor, which is an advanced machine learning algorithm that uses multiple decision tree to predict the continuous target variable. In my previous video I explained this in detail. Link is in description. Please go and check it out for more information. Next I used to call support vector regressor class. It is a powerful machine learning algorithm that uses support vector machine for regression task. Instead of finding best fit straight line, just like in linear regression, we are trying to fit a model within a margin of tolerance and minimizing the error. Next, I used to train and evaluate the models. For this, I used to define some variables like model scores, best models, and best scores. And also there is a for loop that iterates over the models, where name is model name and model is model object. Next, I used to train the model on scaled training data with the usage of model.fit function, where I used to pass x underscore train underscore scaled as feature variable and y underscore train as target variable. Next, in order to make prediction, I used to call model.predict function, where I used to pass x underscore test underscore scaled data, and this is to be stored in y underscore pred variable. After that, I used to evaluate the performance of the model with the usage of R2 score. So for that, I call R2 score function, where I pass y underscore test and y underscore pred variable, and value is going to be stored in R2 variable. Next, with model score with index name, I need to round off the R2 score up to 4 decimal place. So in round function, I pass R2, 4. Now finally, I used to filter out best model based on R2 score. For that, I use if conditional statement. I mention that R2 is greater than best score, then best score is R2 and best model is model. Quickly, I used to print model with their R2 score and also best model with their R2 score. So here, as you can see, regression with 57% of accuracy, random forest with 80% of accuracy, and support vector machine with 72% of accuracy. So the best model is random forest regressor with 80% of accuracy. So I will continue with random forest regressor in next step. So in this step, I used to define a function that predicts the house of the price based on features. And here, as you can see, predict underscore house underscore price is a function name with single parameter called features. Next, I used to convert feature into an array with the usage of numpy and reshape it into 2 dimensions and store it to the features variable. Then feature is going to be scaled with the usage of scalar.transform function, and then it is going to be stored under feature underscore scale variable. Next, I used to call best underscore model.predict function, where I pass feature underscore scaled variable and then store it to the prediction variable. Now finally, I will take the predicted price of house in return statement. Quickly move on to the next step, where I create user interface using Gradio. Here, as you can see, the entire code of dashboard, where I mentioned California house price prediction as markdown. And below that, I also mentioned that best model selected, where I pass in dictionary best underscore model ... This line of code extract the best model. Now finally, I used to define input with default values. So for that, I used to define a variable called input, and inside the list, with the usage of gr.number function, you can mention label as well as default values, just like so. Now quickly move on to the next step. Here, with the usage of gr.textbox, create a text box with label equal to predicted price and value is equal to waiting for input. This will be stored in output variable. Next, with the usage of gr.button, I used to create a button with predict name, and inside the click function, I used to pass predict underscore house underscore price function, input variables and output variables. Finally, with the usage of demo.launch function, I used to deploy the code on Gradio. As soon as I run the code, I will get the public URL. After clicking on it, I will redirect to the public user interface. And here, finally, as you can see, the complete user interface, which named as California house price prediction. And I also mentioned the random forest regressor as best model selected. Below that, there is a lot of feature column with their default input values, and if we're gonna click on predict option, I will quickly get the predicted result. So this is how you can build a machine learning web application that predict the price of the house. I hope this video is informative. Please do like, share and subscribe for more upcoming projects.